What is going on, everybody? It's Matt Marchese, also known as Islanders Daily, your daily news from the four-time Stanley Cup champions, New York Islanders. And we're back here with another episode today. And not a lot has occurred on this Monday for Islanders hockey. You know, they had an off day and not a lot of rumors or anything swirling around. So it's just kind of going to be an open discussion where I'm going to be talking about the Islanders, some things I think about them. And yeah, that's pretty much it because, you know, it's Quiet Monday. It's good to have a relaxing Monday with the amount of hockey the Islanders have been playing. It's been a lot. They've been playing a lot of hockey, long road trips, so I'm sure they're happy to get a rest. The fans are getting a rest, you know, having a day to just, you know, do anything they want, you know, working and whatever. But the Islanders will not be giving anybody any stress on this Monday, nor will they on Tuesday, as their next game is Wednesday against the Boston Bruins, a game where they've struggled against Boston so far this year, 0-2 against them. You know, you want to pick up a win against the Boston Bruins, but they just seem to have the Islanders' number. We'll see how they're able to come out on that game on Wednesday against the Bruins. But let's get things going here. So, first off, I'm going to be talking about the power play. I dived into it very minimally in the last episode where I said in the game against the Bruins, we do have the 32nd ranked power play. Still horrible. The power play is still abysmal this year, unfortunately, and it's weird. Because watching the Islanders power play, it looks better. It looks like they're doing the right things. They're cycling the puck. They're getting shots on net. And yet they still have the worst power play. So honestly, I'm just kind of thinking like, what can the Islanders do to improve this power play? I have no idea. I really don't. I don't have a single clue on how the Islanders can improve this power play. Because in my mind, just the eye test, it looks better than it did last year, but it's just still as shitty. You know, I don't think you want to change up the units. I think, you know, Schaefer, Barzal, Horvat, those guys are good together with Palmieri there. You know, I think that's a solid, line. You're obviously not going to change that up to, you know, anything different. I think the second unit is definitely much worse than the first unit and really won't get any opportunities. But that first unit, on paper, I mean, with how these guys have been playing to start this year, it looks better and it looks like it should be performing better than it is, but it's just not. It's just not. It's really struggling right now, and that is not good. The Islanders, obviously, last year, in my opinion, the reason why they missed out on the playoffs was, you know, there's a lot of reasons. I'm not going to say this was the sole reason, but having the worst power play and penalty kill last year killed you. You didn't really get a chance to get anything going and, you know, make the playoffs, because if you have bad special teams, it's not good. Obviously, their penalty kill is much improved this year up to this point, knock on wood. But yeah, the power play just continues to struggle, and I don't know exactly what the Islanders have to do to improve it. I don't think you want to change the units up. Maybe you'll finagle the second unit and change that one up a little bit, but the first unit, it seems like a solid unit. It just can't score right now, and they need to start putting that puck in the back of the net to really be a good hockey team. Because I think they've surprised a lot of people at this point. But to really be an improved hockey team, you got to start scoring on the power play. And the Islanders know that, I'm sure. I'm sure they're working on it any day they can. But it just has not been able to score a goal, unfortunately. And then this is going to dive into our next moment, which is just the opportunity that some of these players are going to get. Obviously, Pajot's injured week to week. We saw Romanov go out 5 to 6 months long term, unfortunately. But now this gives an opportunity to players who, you know, might have not had an opportunity earlier. Obviously, Cal Ritchie is going to have, you know, a bigger role on the Islanders now. He will be much more important to the team going forward, Cal Ritchie. He will be sliding into that Pajot role, and I think it's a huge opportunity for Cal Ritchie. And then, you know, you never know if another injury or something occurs. You know, a minor leaguer has an easy chance to come up and make an opportunity for themselves. Like I've said, I've been a big fan of Joey Larson in Bridgeport. I think he's a guy who could come up and play solid hockey. But yeah, you know, this is the land of opportunity at this point for the New York Islanders. You're going to see guys getting chances, and it's going to be up to them if they can make the most of it. Obviously, we also had Romanov's injury, and Boquist has come in. I think he's played very solid, Boquist. I think he's, you know, taken the most out of his opportunity that's been given, and he's been performing very strongly, Adam Boquist. And that's what you need. You need that. You need those guys. Obviously, The Islanders did have Marshall Warren called up, but they sent him back down. I'm presuming because of the play of Boquist. I think they're just going to roll with him, and we'll see going. But obviously, in the rules now, for somebody like Marshall Warren, you are unable to play a game. My dog is itching in the background here, if you hear that. For Marshall Warren now, you're not allowed to be called back up until you play a game again in the minor leagues when you're sent down. I believe the Bridgeport Islanders' next game is on Friday. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, obviously they trust Boquist enough right now. They really do, and that's what they're going to roll with at this moment. So he's taking the most out of his opportunity. I know some people said they would want to see McWard up. That's a possibility at some point. Warren as well. You know, it's just become the land of opportunity right now for the New York Islanders, and we're going to just have to see how that goes forward because injuries happen in this game. It's a big part, obviously, you want to stay healthy. But you lost two guys who are pretty important to your team very quickly back-to-back in Pajot and Romanov. Obviously, Richie's going to get a big opportunity, and Boquist is going to get a big opportunity to really make names for themselves and try and stay on the team full-time. Will it happen? Who knows? But I think Cal Ritchie has just gotten better every single game he has played so far for the Islanders. He scored that one goal, and it seems like he's now feeling himself, feeling confident, and that's what you want. And yeah, we'll just have to wait and see how the Islanders continue to play going forward. And yeah, maybe Richie gets an opportunity on a power play unit at some point. You know, we'll have to wait and see. And then finally, I just want to discuss a little bit about the comments. Obviously, this is a shorter episode today. I just want to say I appreciate you all so much for your words in the comments section. It's awesome, you know. I just do this as, you know, a fun little hobby, talk about a hockey team I love. Yeah, and just the reception that you guys have given me, it truly means a lot. It's awesome to know that people out there are listening to me talk about the Islanders. I never would have thought that this is something that would actually happen. Obviously, you know, it's a podcast that I'm just on and everything and just talk about the Islanders. But when I first started it, I was just thinking, you know, let me just take some time and talk about the Islanders. And I really want to say what I think about the team. I want to hear what other people think about the team. If they agree with me, awesome. If they disagree with me, awesome as well. I love to get topics going. And yeah, it's just been awesome to read the comments and, you know, you guys saying great analysis or, you know, thanks for the update. And it's just awesome. It really means a lot to me. I know it maybe sounds cliche and everything, but it truly is awesome that I have a community who comes in and watches these episodes and watches me talk about the Islanders. It's just awesome. And I just love to see, obviously I don't respond always on the comments because I want to do more, you know, talking to you in the videos. Obviously I kind of want to talk about your comments in the videos, and I'm not really going crazy talking about the comments today, but tomorrow definitely will. But I just really want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to, you know, be building a community of people who like the Islanders, who like to talk about the Islanders and, you know, get stuff going. Like I said, I don't really respond in the comment section down below because I want to respond to you guys here. I think that's what you deserve. I think you don't deserve me just to be, you know, replying because, you know, you can half-ass that a little, but I really want to just respond to your comments here. And for today, I just really want to say thank you for the words you guys leave in the comments, you know, the good, the bad, the ugly. It's just awesome. I just love having a community, having people that I can talk about the Islanders with and people who can listen to the Islanders about me talking about them. Again, it's something that I just never thought. I just decided, you know, let me try it out, you know, try talking about the Islanders. It could be a blast, and it has been a blast. It's been really fun. So I just, again, I've said it numerous times, but I really want to thank you guys a lot for tuning into my channel and watching, and that's all I could ask for. So that's going to do it all for today's episode. As always, I hope you guys enjoy, and let's go Islanders.